Jeremy TV.
Welcome back to the channel. Jeremy here, and I had mentioned in one of the previous videos where I wrapped up doing the ditches on either side of the driveway that I had some dirt left over that I put in the dog pen to help level that out. Well, as you can see behind me, there's the pile of dirt. It doesn't look like a lot. It's probably 5 or 6 bucket loads, but I've got to get that leveled out. That pen has been unlevel since we put it up, and I made it worse back in the winter when I went in there to try to clean up under that cedar tree. And if you'll remember, I got in the mud and the tractor made some ruts, and it just made it worse. It's been a pain to mow since then, and I've got some dirt now. It's dry enough. I'm going to get in there and level it out, and hopefully before the season's over, the grass will begin to grow in there, and I can start mowing over it again. But it's pretty rough right now. It shouldn't take too long once I get the fence off, and we'll go ahead and get this project started. So I was worried that I was going to have to come in around this pile of dirt with the tractor and box blade and level out where the ruts were, but with time and the dirt settling, it's kind of filled them in a little bit on its own. There's a high spot right there that I probably need to knock down before I push this dirt into that spot and level it. But ultimately, my goal is to make this more level through here and across, and make this whole pen more of a level spot rather than a spot that holds water on the backside here. And then across here, I've mentioned it before, there's part of a terrace that runs all along through here from when this was pasture land. And this terrace needs to be knocked out and pushed that way, where it allows the water from here in front of both the cellar and my storage building to drain and not stand right here in this low spot, while at the same time keeping the water from running towards the house. So this terrace is going to need to be pushed back, and I envision, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I envision taking this terrace and kind of just flipping that tail around the other way where it curves that way instead of that way. I don't know if I'll get it done. It's a lot of dirt to move with a pretty small machine. I don't know. I also thought about maybe doing like a French drain type deal, where I put a drain maybe here and over in front of the cellar and running them to a single point, and then taking the drain down that way, just renting a trencher and making a drain setup where the water drains out there somewhere. I don't know if that will be easier or not, but if you're watching the video and you've got good ideas on that, let me know what you think. If you think it should be a knock the terrace out situation, which will require moving dump trucks of dirt, or doing a terrace. Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, so but I'm going to get started with the task at hand, which is knocking out that little high spot, pushing this dirt into these low spots here, and getting this pen leveled out a little bit more. It's in pretty good shape from when we cleaned it up back in the winter, but you know, you can see the poison ivy starting to try to grow back, and I've got some spots where that crap just grows everywhere. But at any rate, I'm gonna go get started. I'm finished. It's not exactly how I wanted it to turn out, and I think that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, that dirt that I brought in there from the driveway project, I thought everything had dried out, and the ground is getting a lot drier. It's way better than it was even 2 weeks ago. But that pile of dirt that I brought over here was still wet, and you can see it's mud right here in this spot. And so I didn't want to make it too bad. I didn't want to make it worse than it was. So this spot's in pretty good shape. It's still got a low area right there. It's not quite as even as I would have liked. Second thing, I didn't have enough dirt. I should have had at least that much more just for that spot. I didn't get that low spot fixed right there. So that's still going to hold water. But it is the dog pen. I'm okay with that. We're going into the dry season right now anyway, so we shouldn't get just a ton more rain. Third problem I actually had with that project is I should have taken more fence panels down so I could work that tractor in there better, because even though it's a pretty big dog pen and it's not a huge tractor, I just didn't have a lot of room to work. So I should have taken a couple more panels down to give myself room to maneuver a little bit better, so I could really use that box blade more. But I'm okay with it. I'm not thrilled, but I'm okay with it, and it will get by for now. It'll dry out pretty soon. Grass will start growing back in there in no time, and any high spots that are left should go down pretty quickly. And I'll go in here with a rake and top off some of these really uneven spots by hand, so I don't have to drive the tractor over this more. But I'm gonna get this fence panel stuck back on, and then I'm finished with this for the night. Another project I know I need to do pretty quickly, I have got to get that box blade down there on that driveway. I think if I put the ripper teeth down a little bit, I can pull up some of that gravel and freshen it up a little bit, because it's not level anymore. It's not smooth to drive on. It looks okay, but it's not like I would like it. So I'm going to go back through there with the tractor and the box blade and try to freshen up that gravel, maybe pull up some of that old gravel off the bottom and get that pulled up, turned over, and then come back through and level it out again. But I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't want to start that project and then it get dark and then me leave the driveway looking like crap. So I'm finished for the night, with the exception of putting the tractor up and putting this panel back on the fence. But if you like that project, as usual, I ask that you give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel. If you like the stuff that you see here, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or just want to check in where you're watching from, pop that in the comment section right down below. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you again soon.